Hi, I'm Michael Boyajian, and I'm doing one more tape tonight on the upcoming Mike and Jerry book that's coming out in 2023. The title of the book is The Grandeur of the Trans Millennial Illuminators. And again, as I've said time and time again, it is a convoluted title as usual, but it's about people, many people, millions and billions of people who made the crossing from the 20th century to the 21st century. The millennials. The clocks didn't stop. The computers didn't go down. A lot of crazy stuff has happened, but we're getting back on track nonetheless. And the book is the story of Mike and Jerry, but focused on our youth, which I use on a fairly wide scale, going from high school through to marriage equality becoming legalized, being enshrined by the Supreme Court, and then by Congress and the President of the United States this week. And basically, it's the illuminators are those that lit up the creative world, the scientific world, the computer world, the political world of that crossing into this new age that we find ourselves in. And that's what the book is about. Inside it, though, are diamonds. And one of those diamonds is, of course, SoHo, a scene that rivaled Renaissance Florence, but didn't last as long. It shined very brightly, but did not last as long as Florence. But there was nothing like Florence afterwards. Maybe Paris in the 20s, yes. But after that, only SoHo. And it was quite an amazing place. And again, it crosses roads with the main core of the book, which is our relationship with the LGBTQ community from high school to now and to the future. And without the gay community, there'd be no SoHo. Of course, without city funding, there'd be no SoHo, but they were the beachhead. And time and time again, the art community says when there's an area that's distressed, they draw in artists, and then the neighborhood starts to swing up. Well, the gay community says the same thing. They draw in the gay community, and the neighborhood starts to swing back up. And then both communities are thrown out because they can't afford the rents anymore. But anyhow, that I could go on forever about SoHo. It was a magical place. If you were broke and an art student, like Jerry and her friends and me tagging along, it was a wonderland. I mean, you'd be hanging out there and, from afternoon till midnight, going from Flatiron Building to Flatiron Building, which were basically warehouses in the old days. And every floor had several galleries. And you were surrounded by the greatest art created at that time. It was going right from the gallery walls to, say, the Whitney Biennial. And you could go there and for free, drink all you wanted, eat all the cheese and crackers you wanted. Even the bars were giving away free drinks. It was one big party, and it was just amazing. And it was, it was probably there were a lot of shining stars, but the ones that come to mind is Keith Haring, who my friend Bill once saw just painting one of his figures on a wall as he was walking around SoHo, and he had his shop there, which was terrific. I mean, even if you walked out of there with a Keith Haring keychain, you were bringing home like some good investment in art. And the other one was, of course, Robert Mapplethorpe. And there were many others. I mean, in the nearby Mud Club, which was the big punk club, you'd hang out there and there would be Marky Ramone and Andy Warhol chit-chatting. and you could go up to them and chit-chat. You'd walk down through the middle of SoHo, and in some dumpy bar, you'd see Bruce Springsteen drinking a glass of beer and playing pool. The other corners, the Keith Haring shop was one corner of SoHo. The other was, I consider, Finelli's, which is still around. And then there was the Broome Street bar at the other end, other corner, which is a fantastic place also, where, I mean, in the 50s, every major artist was hanging out, drawing with chalk on the tabletops. I mean, it was just an amazing place. Jackson Pollock, Lee Krasner, that whole group was hanging out there like we were hanging out there for cheap drinks. And again, yes, Paris was great in the 20s, and but SoHo was something else. And they even had co-ops for sale that the artists themselves were buying, where you'd buy a gallery co-op and you'd have your own gallery. And so it was almost like as if since the artists owned the galleries, it was almost like if you went back to the Renaissance, Michelangelo paying himself to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. That's what it was kind of like, And then the developers came, and it turned into a shopping mall, sadly. And the last time Jerry and I was there was many years ago, and if you even look like an artist, the tourists who were there for shopping, not art, would run up to you and take a picture like they do in Amish country, like a real live artist. That's the last time we went there, But that's the story, and again, the book is coming out in January 2023. Have a happy holidays.